Welcome to the Digital Marketing for Business Owners podcast with Mike Nkube. Learn about the latest in digital marketing and social media, plus tips, tutorials and techniques to help you grow your business. And now, here's your host, Mike Nkube.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me. In this episode, I'll be talking about some of the common SEO mistakes that many business owners make, and marketers too. Now, SEO works, and millions of businesses around the world are seeing the benefits of high search engine rankings, and some of the ways to benefit is obviously you get an increased volume of traffic of qualified visitors. So many people who are searching online are actively looking for products or services, or even your business, so they're likely to buy or convert or download or whatever the action that you need them to do on your website. This traffic is also free, and you don't have to pay for it like PPC traffic. And another benefit is that it increases your business's brand awareness and for your products and services. And the higher you are, the higher you're going to get in terms of traffic and people coming through to your website. So it has many benefits for your brands, and it's impossible to achieve any of that if your site is not ranking or is somewhere below the search engines ranking results. Now, one very common mistake is targeting high competition keywords. And this is quite common with a lot of industries where businesses do a lot of keyword research, and they look at their competitors and they see them at the top, and they think instantly, well, we need to be targeting those same keywords. For sure, it would be good to achieve higher rankings for many keywords as possible, even high competition ones. But if you're starting out, especially, you may want to avoid some of those high competition keywords, because a lot of them will have millions of competing pages. So what you want to do is target long tail keywords, and those are keywords which have 3 or more words in them and are sort of more descriptive, and they generally are more targeted than 1 word or 2 word keywords, which are very high in competition, and many times you're not too sure what those people are actually looking for. So it's important to target long tail keywords, and the way you do that is you ensure that you have obviously your main keywords in your title tags and in your content, and then make sure that your content has a lot of information and has a lot of descriptions and so on of your products or services. And if you can keep it to a minimum number like 300 words on each page, or even 500 or more, that ensures that you're going to be targeting a lot more searches which are coming through the search results. Now, if your sites are thin and have got low word count on each of them, it's going to be difficult to target many of the long tail keywords. And obviously long tail keywords have higher conversion rates compared to some of these high competition keywords. So you definitely need to be targeting them and making sure that your site is well represented. Now, that's often easier if you're running an e-commerce site and you've got hundreds or even thousands of products, and the product names are in the title of the pages where the products are, and generally that helps to increase the number of keywords that you're targeting. But if you're not an e-commerce site and your site has far less pages or is an informational site, it's important that you have a strategy in place to target those long tail keywords. Now, another mistake, SEO mistake, is not studying your competitors. Now, that doesn't mean you go on Google or Bing or Yahoo and put your keywords in there and search, and then see who's at the top, then decide you also want to get right to the top, it actually means you need to do a thorough research into how they've got those top rankings. And one thing that you're going to find is that the sites at the top generally tend to have more links or quality links pointing to them. So you need to be able to count those links and see how many they are for your competitors and what type of links they are. And if you can obviously approach some of those sites that are linking to them and try and get links for your own website, or look at those specific sites and look for other sites which are sort of in that category, and get as many links as you can. Obviously, you should avoid buying links, but you could use a lot of directory links which are targeted, and you can do a lot of guest posting and so on, and that will bring a lot of quality links back to your site. But the most effective way to get links, although it takes a long time to achieve high rankings, is through creating quality content which many people would want to link to. So it's important that you're studying your competitors and seeing what links they have, study their website, what keywords they're targeting in their title tags and in their content and so on, and then just look at their URLs and carry out a thorough analysis of how well their sites are optimized. And if you can look at 3 or 4 of your competitors and rank them on each of the important factors that all help to boost your search engine rankings, then go out and start working on those various factors to achieve higher rankings for your site. Another mistake that many businesses make is not targeting Bing, Yahoo and other search engines. Now, Google has obviously the highest search volumes of all the search engines, probably all of them combined, and Google is always a priority or number one just because of the sheer volume of traffic that you can get from there. But Bing and Yahoo, since they've partnered together, have a substantial amount of traffic, and it's important that you have a strategy in place to target those search engines and people who are searching on those sites. I mean, the info about how effective these search engines are varies from industry to industry, and different experts will say different things, but it's quite confirmed that conversion rates are very good on Bing and Yahoo, and Google sometimes, depending on the industry, you'll find the conversion rates are not so good. So it's important that you are represented on these sites, and not just on the SEO, on the paid ads as well. If you can run some paid ads, that will help to increase your traffic and boost your customer acquisitions and so on. And another mistake that many businesses make is not tracking their progress. Now, there are many tools to help you track how your SEO efforts are coming along, and Google Analytics is obviously one that you want to install, and it's free and it gives you in-depth information on your traffic. The only disadvantage with Google Analytics over the last 4 or 5 years is that they've stopped showing the actual keyword searches that are coming through to your site, and I believe that is when people are logged in and into their Google accounts and are doing searches. Obviously, it's all based on privacy and so on, so that's one disadvantage. But you also have the Google Webmaster Tools, or Google Search Console as it is now called, and that gives you a snapshot of your searches on Google and where your ads are positioned. And they've added a lot of features in there, so you can see not just the clicks, but you can see the impressions, the click-through rate, your positions, and it is a few days behind. It lags behind, and it doesn't update as quickly as Google Analytics, but it's a very valuable tool, because many of those searches that you can't see in Google Analytics, you can easily see within Google Search Console. And when you link your Search Console and your Webmaster Tools, you even get more data that you can report and segment your traffic and get greater insight into how people are coming to your site, where they're coming from, and what specific searches they're using. Another mistake, which is quite common, is sites are not mobile responsive. And not too long ago, Google started penalizing sites on mobile devices that are not mobile responsive. So it's important that when people access your site on smartphones and so on, they're able to do so easily, and they're able to scroll through and browse and just have a general good user experience on mobile devices. And if your site is not responsive, you will struggle to get those high search engine rankings, no matter how much SEO you do, because Google just deems it as not very targeted at people who are using. I mean, the reason they've done that is because of the way people are searching now and the changes and trends in the industry. Most people are now searching on mobile, although they are completing the transactions on desktop and tablet. Mobile search has just skyrocketed and is trumped all other devices, and soon transactions will also start to rise on mobile devices. So it's important not just for high rankings, but for that user experience on your site, to make sure that people are finding what they want, they're able to navigate easily, and they're not bouncing off and going to a competitive website. Another mistake that many businesses or websites make is not submitting a sitemap. Now, a sitemap is a file that includes all the URLs or pages that you want indexed on Google, and you submit that in your Google Search Console account or Webmaster Tools, and you can also submit that to Bing Webmaster Tools. So basically it's telling the search engines which pages you want indexed. Many times, especially if you've got a large website, there are going to be some inner pages that are deeper within your site for the search engines to find and rank, especially if there's no links pointing to them. It may be impossible for them to find, but by submitting that sitemap, you make it easy for the search engines to find those pages and index them. And basically that means more traffic for your site, because the more indexed your website is, then the likely you are to get more searches, because you're targeting more keywords in the search engines and so on. So submitting a sitemap, an XML sitemap, is quite easy, and if you've got a WordPress site, there are plugins that make that easy, so you don't have to do it manually, and you can just submit it easily, even automatically, to Google Search Console, and use that same sitemap to submit to Bing Webmaster Tools. So that definitely is something to focus on, and it's very important. And by submitting a sitemap, you can also search in Google and see how effective it is at indexing those sites, and compare it to how many pages that your site has. Obviously that's going to be more difficult if your site has got thousands and thousands of pages, but it definitely helps to see how well indexed your site is, and that sitemap is going to make it more effective and more possible in increasing your presence in the search engines. So these are some of the main issues or mistakes that many business owners make when optimizing their websites. There are many more, obviously, and some of them are on-page optimization errors, like not changing title tags and meta tags, or not looking at the keyword density. So it's important to look at all of these and make sure that the website is optimized very well and all off-page factors are also on point, and especially your link building, that is important, because links are like votes for your website, and the more votes you have, then the higher your pages are going to be on the search engines. And always obviously make sure that they're quality links, because bad links can also affect your site and get you penalized, and you could be in a worse off position. Thanks for joining me and listening in. I hope this has been beneficial to you.
You've been listening to Mike Nkube with the Digital Marketing for Business Owners podcast, helping you grow your business online.